Yeah, to be fair, definitely Cookser is going to be the trump card for here because I was definitely expecting if it was the regular team, it would be Team Rocket's win. But now that Cookser's here, everything's changed.
Yeah, things are going to be way more interesting because you really don't know what to expect out of Cookser. And a good little setup there by UK Scott. Can't quite finish it, but there still. Ball's in a dangerous place. Cole turns it aside. Nice clear. Puts it to the wall. And right now, again, we're in that early feeling out stage. Just trying to get an idea of how they want to approach this game. Oh, Cole misses on the aerial. That's not good, so Doomsy has to fall back.
Yeah, but Revolution just didn't get a good hit like he wanted.
Yeah. So far, Cookser has not really been unleashed yet. When he is, you'll know it. Good play off the wall.
He's just sitting back right now. I think he's letting Scott and Revolution get some of their hits in and play style. And oh no, Cookser! What in the world?
Cookser was not alert to where that shot was coming from, and Cole made a nice touch here. Puts it in. Cookser can't do anything about it. Well, he could have, but he didn't do anything about it. And that puts Team Rocket up 1-0 as we head into the rest of this game.
He was out of position, and he knows it.
Yep, there's a nice little setup there, but it is turned aside by UK Scott.
That's very uncharacteristic of him. You usually don't see him out of position on stuff like that.
Yeah, very true. I mean, I don't know. Oh, there's a nice big long distance shot. Cole almost got in the way of it, by the way.
But then again, we don't see him playing the defensive role as much either, as Doomsy gets this very good center line shot.
I think it's just a change to their, their rotational style. I've seen Cole less and less just kind of sitting as the guy back behind the goal. Off the kickoff. What? Look at this touch. I have seen Doomsy make these touches before. And they just go straight in.
It was Revolution's fault. He had an easy hit to just hit on the face-off, and then he could have lost it. But it wouldn't have been as bad as that because he barely even touched the ball.
Yep, just a nice angle off the kickoff, taking advantage of everybody's positioning or lack thereof. And now, Team Rocket up 3-0 on Teamus Weamus so far.
I'm waiting for it. I want to see when are they going to unleash Cooks here, and when is it going to hit?
Yeah, I don't know. He's been a little quiet as far as making his presence felt. He's usually not.
Yeah, but then again, he's usually not sitting back in the goal to defend a lot. And I think that's just Team Rocket really using their experience to push on Revolution and Scott here.
Yeah, a lot of it, too, is also that teamwork. You know, Cookser has so much chemistry with Marky Duda and Mike Rules. It can be a little hard sometimes to carry that over just for the heck of it. You know, yeah, these are very talented players, and even the guys on Teamus Weamus are still very talented. But you can't just take a really, really skilled player and drop them on a team and expect them to be unstoppable.
Exactly, like we're seeing right here, is that chemistry is just not there.
Yeah, it takes a lot of teamwork, a lot of awareness of how your teammates play. Like Team Rocket, Doomsy knows Cole and Tree like the back of his hand. Tree knows Cole and Doomsy like the back of his hand. And there's another great little goal there by Doomsy. You can see Cookser can't quite get the clear he needs. Doomsy gets right underneath it, flips it over GBM, and gets it past UK Scott. Burns everybody on that play.
Yeah, he got the first tap, and he tried to get that second to clear the center field, but he didn't get enough of it, and he only went half of as far as he wanted, and nothing else to say about that. Yeah,
no, there really isn't much to say. It's just didn't get quite the clear he wanted. Nobody else could help turn it aside.
There's a good shot.
Cole has to make some kind of contact to redirect it off, and a nice follow-up, but Doomsy with a big save turns UK Scott's shot aside. But now Team Rocket has to play some defense. Cookser trying to break out and show us what he's made of. Oh, bad stop. GBM just did not get where he needed to. Let's follow him on this shot. Cannot get contact.
Yeah, that's his biggest issue right there, is that he stopped. He turned in front of the ball and he stopped to jump or dodge. Just go straight at it. Even if you don't clear it where you want it, it's already center field. Just hit it. Don't give them a chance for momentum.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that was a bit of a rough setup there. Fortunately, they weren't. Teamus Weamus wasn't able to do anything with that. The clear was pretty well centered by Team Rocket for Teamus Weamus, but they couldn't punish it.
Oh, Iamatree.
Oh, that was so close. GBM, though, he's going to get the punish.
Iamatree did the same thing as we see right here. He pops it and then he tries to hop and dodge it. Maybe if he double jumped, he could have just popped it higher to save it, but just I'm not used to seeing people stop by the ball. You usually never see that. Yeah, no,
a bit rough there. Oh, good pinch off the wall there by Kooks here. Doomsy, though. Risky clear there. And UK Scott.
The mistakes are coming. All these center clears.
Yeah, they got to be a little more mindful of where they're putting the ball.
I mean, even if the team doesn't have chemistry, there's enough individual performance here to know when to sit center to get a counterattack.
Oh, sure. And a lot of teams can get by on individual performance, too. Even before that teamwork dynamic really starts to flourish, you get enough skilled players together and they can make stuff happen.
Yeah, it's kind of like how we saw earlier today with NPZ literally pulling his team's weight for the first 2 games, and then his team finally helped him out.
Yeah, exactly. So it definitely happens. Doomsy left in the dust. Good detonation by GBM.
Oh, no.
Oh, no touch there. Oh, but he does manage to get just like a tire on it.
But yeah, it looks like Team Rocket definitely have this game under control, even if there's another goal scored here, which Iamatree stops.
Those sort of saves are very typical for Tree. I have seen him make those kind of like full velocity, crossing the net at every, with every bit of energy he has and every bit of boost he has. I've seen him do that kind of save so many times.
Yeah, and it starts to become the normal. Like, you don't expect it to be missed. You're like, all right, well, Tree's somewhere around here. We'll see him enter the screen in a second. Until
that ball's in the net, then you have no idea if it's actually going to go in.
Yeah, but Doomsy taking the big lead here with a score of 450, getting the MVP for Team Rocket with 4 goals, 1 save, and 6 shots on net.
Yeah, Doomsy was just coming out swinging in this game, and you can see it.
Yeah, and the mistakes by Revolution teeing it up for him did not help. Didn't help the cause.
No, not at all. So, maybe this game will be a little bit different. A little bit of regrouping on the part of Teamus Weamus. You'll have to change their approach up just a little bit. Maybe rely a little more on Kooks here to set up some interesting shots.
Yeah, we'll see what Kooks does this time. I felt he started to come out a little bit, and we'll see if he decides to attack.
Yeah, definitely. I think if he does, they're going to get some better opportunities coming out. Oh, nice little setup there by Tree. Fortunately, he didn't have the mustard on it.
Yeah, that really double tap messed Kooks up.
Yeah, that was a great bit of contact. Oh, what a shot!
And it was touched, too. It was contested.
I mean, look at that. He just comes out with everything he has. 108 km/h shot. Rifles it into the net.
Fantastic shot. And that's what we were talking about. Kooks is now being unleashed.
Yeah, I mean, right now, this is a little bit more of what we expected to see from Kooks. Oh, but not a good clear there. That's good for Doomsy. Yeah, somebody can't get to it, though.
Yeah, so Teamus Weamus finally getting something going for him. And Team Rocket finally down. We'll see if they let that bother them or if they just keep on with the aggression like they have been.
Yeah, right now, seeing some pretty decent play out of Team Rocket to kind of quiet things down. I think one thing that Weamus. Oh, that was gorgeous!
God,
are you kidding me?
Off the top wall.
Tree with a big Doomsy with a big long distance shot. Tree comes in right there to get the rebound. That's just excellent setup. I mean, that's the kind of setup you see on some real top-tier squads.
Yeah, if I don't see a montage by this weekend of that, I'm going to be very sad.
Someone better get on that. I'm giving you 60 FPS footage here. Do something with it. I got enough to do.
And that's that chemistry we were talking about. They were so set up for it. It was unbelievable.
Yep, it's a lot of just kind of trusting that your teammate's going to do what you expect them to do. And that's what we saw there. Trees trusted that Doomsy was going to put the ball on net. He figured, okay, if that goes a little high, but there's a wide open net, but they aren't going to put it in. But here comes Cole. He's going to try to get that dunk. Cole has a very hard time. Yeah, Cole has a typical very hard time of getting those big dunk plays. You know,
yeah, it's not the dunks are what kills him, but his main aerial forte is getting some of the strongest power shots I've seen from flying across halfway of the map.
Oh yeah, and one thing he does really well is set up shots for his teammates. Like, he'll come in with what looks like it's a shot on goal, but it ends up being maybe a little wide, maybe deliberately a little wide. He'll put it off the wall or off the ceiling because Tree or Doomsy is right on his tail to do something. Oh, there's a big pinch. Oh, and it gets past everybody, but it's just wide to the left. That is tough.
Yeah, and one of the things I was wondering about is actually in the lineup for Teamus Weamus. His Revolution crushes it in. No one from Team Rocket was there.
You gotta watch UK Scott here. He blew past everybody to set that shot up for GBM.
Yeah.
That was almost basically 90% UK Scott's doing to set that shot up for GBM. Really nicely done.
Yeah, that was some dribbling skills right there. Really, really nice footwork there, or axle work, I'd say. And he got it.
Oh, Cook's here. There he is. He's coming in, making his presence felt a little bit here. He knows what's up.
Sorry. What I was saying is, I don't know exactly the word on this, but apparently Wrong Way Woody, he is part of Teamus Weamus here, but I think for some reason he didn't have a chance to get in, as I am a trio with that fantastic centerline shot.
Yeah, take a look at this long distance.
Oh, and it was just Doomsy and Cole there, and I think Cole was trying to be cheeky to steal that.
He may have been. I really wish I had an ear to Team Rocket's TeamSpeak right now, just to hear that what dialogue was exchanged on that play. But very nice way to tie this game up. Still 2 minutes to go. Lot of time to play for both teams.
I'm saying the point I wanted to bring up about Wrong Way Woody is not whether he could have played today or not, is would it have made a difference if he was playing right now? And honestly, I don't see where the difference in the individual performance would be. Maybe a little bit of chemistry.
Oh, look at that.
Cole with the nice chip shot there. Really taking it to him.
Yeah, I mean, just a nice play up by Tree. They can't get the clear. Cole gets a little floater right over their heads. Puts it away.
I'm surprised Cooks here didn't dodge into that ball from I'm a Tree. He just tapped it. Yeah,
it's some interesting play so far. I don't know. It looks a little. I don't really know how to put it. You know, I know what you're saying about Woody and how would that team dynamic have made a difference here. I don't know. You know, it's a big deal having Cooks here on your team. The guy is incredibly talented. You know, I call him one of the best players in the world, and I don't do so, you know, facetiously. The guy is legitimately one of the best in the world. So, yeah, if you have a chance to bring him on your team, even for one tournament, do it. But it does throw that team dynamic off because, you know, they're not used to having that teamwork there. It's a good little setup, actually.
But then again, I feel like Cooks here is more used to Woody than he is Scott or Revolution.
He could be, and there's a lot for, I think, all these players here. You know, they're basically trying to work together as a team for the first time. They've had a little bit of experience with each other, I think, just from previous tournaments and just from being, you know, the B squad. But, good touch there by Tree.
Doomsy set that up so well, though. Goes up just to get it out farther center line to set up I'm a Tree.
Really nice. Oh, he almost comes in on it. But they can't get the defensive touch, so off it goes. But it looks like Team Rocket gets a 4-2 lead here. They're looking really good today.
Yeah, a little shaky early on, but they've just turned it on another level. they haven't done what you see a lot of other teams doing. That's when they get behind, they try and just go defensive.
Yeah, no, Team Rocket has a strategy. You know, they have an approach that they take to these games, and they tend not to waver from that. They have in the past had a very difficult time dealing with some pressure, and there's Cole.
Oh.
There's exactly, you were talking about that earlier. Those big, high-velocity, long-distance midfield shots, and that's what he does, and that's what he did right here.
And he's so accurate with them. Like 9 times out of 10, if I do that right there, it's hitting that top shelf and bouncing away. It's not going.
Yeah. 9 times out of 10, if I'm doing that, I'm spinning past the ball, and the ball's just going the other direction. But
yeah, that's the caster's skill right there.
Yeah, but that's just control that Cole has, and you're right. Those shots, he does those all the time, and they're just really fantastic.
Oh, that's not
Commanding
good.
win though for Team Rocket in this game. It is basically over. Going for the 0-second goal, but not getting it.
I am a tree going for that extra little nail in that coffin.
Yeah, you know, hey, it's 0-second play. Rule number 1, don't let the ball touch the ground. You got to keep that going. That's the rule of the game.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, if you got a chance to score, why not?
No, exactly. You know, never stop scoring. Just bring the same pressure from buzzer to buzzer. That's what you got to do.
Right.
Use the same strategy. Don't waver.
And people were talking about that's BM. You're already up a lot. But we've seen where teams have I'm not going to say sandbag, but have taken their confidence to a level, all right, we got this lead, we're not going to score anymore, and it's bit them in the ass.
Yeah.
And so, in my aspect, why stop doing what's working for you just because people don't see it as right? It's part of the game. There's no rules against taking it to them and winning it by a lot.
No, exactly. And you know what? I mean, that's the nature of the game. You just... It doesn't matter... If they had scored one more goal, would that have been BM? I don't think so.
No.
The whole game was a demonstration of Team Rocket just doing superbly to win. And that's really what they did. One more goal would have just been, hey, it's 0 seconds, we're being a little cheeky, we're going to put another goal in. It's not BM, they aren't doing it to be douchebags. They're just doing it because that's the way the game's played. It's 0 second, let's see if we can do it.
Yeah, exactly. And the biggest thing for me is, if there's anyone who should be mad, it should be Teamus Weamus at all the mistakes they're making.
Yeah. The game would not have been 5-2 if it was a BM goal to do it in 0 second time or something like that, There's a lot more problems to worry about than a 0 second goal. But anyway, we're talking about the last game. Let's talk about this one here. Big stop by Amatri, but he doesn't get a good clear on it. Oh, and that's going to dribble in.
Yeah, just couldn't clear it out.
Now, right now, Team Rocket, who is in blue, has 2 games on this series. And look at this, just a little touch. Squeeze it past Tree, gets the wrong turn on it. Cannot do it. But, yeah, Team Rocket up 2-0 in this series on Teamus Weamus. And just a minute in, 1 goal on the board. Must win for Teamus Weamus. There's a big stop by Kooks here on a wide open net.
Yeah, definitely very close here. Oh, it's a good shot.
Goes off the wall, but it's a good place for them to follow up on, and UK Scott gets his second. This is some very nice play here. You can see Tree doesn't really make much contact with it. They can't clear it out. Doomsy tries to get an angle on it, but he manages to put it up as high and tight as you can into that corner.
Yeah, and it's just showing that now we're finally starting to see some of that teamwork from Teamus Weamus, and Team Rocket's got to answer. They cannot let this go by.
Yeah, exactly. They're in a good spot now. Don't start taking your foot off the pedal, and don't let it turn into a reverse sweep by any means. They can afford to let one game slip, but don't. Why would a team want to lose a game just because they can afford to? Because then that starts the momentum train, and you let that momentum train go, and all of a sudden you're going to be in a really tough spot. Oh, here's some nice dribbling there by Doomsy, but it does get broken up.
Yeah, and Cole with a very good shot here. They're still being their aggressive selves, but they're missing some of those key clears that they had earlier for Team Rocket. It's just they're being the same. It's just they're missing those opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. And little sloppy mistakes like that is enough to cost you a game, especially against a team like Teamus Weamus, who's very solid. But pretty good positional play, I will say, by Team Rocket. They're not letting these balls that might get past Doomsy or Tree really make an impact. And there's a good shot by Doomsy. Turned aside.
It was too low, though.
It was, yeah. He put a lot of heat on it, so, you know, sometimes a ball with a lot of velocity on it can just kind of beat somebody to the punch. But hit the ground, and that slowed it way down.
Yeah, but I'd say if that sneaks by you, that's almost like shooting a goal right between a goalie's legs. Like, that's the 5-hole. It should never happen. No,
exactly. You're definitely right there. Oh, here's a good setup into the corner. So Team Rocket now trying to get something developed. They haven't had a lot of good offensive chances this game so far. And you can see there's GBM playing a little bit of BM on his part, taking the boosts away from Team Rocket. So smart play on his part while the ball was in the opposite zone. Cole clears it out. Big stop by Kooks here.
Oh, just a minute and 36. I don't know if they're going to actually have enough time here to really take it.
It's going to depend. You know, when they get this first goal, if they get this first goal, could spell how they get a second one. If they can do it now and really make it look good. Oh, like right there. There's a great setup, and there's Doomsy.
There he is. Caught up there.
Yeah, that was just constant pressure. You know, I always say, if you keep getting these attempts on goal, yeah, maybe a few of them are going to miss, but one of them is going to go in if you can't get it out of there.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's exactly what happened. All right, so over a minute left to go. Plenty of time for Team Rocket to do something here. And there we go. Long distance shot. Doomsy's going for it, but there's UK Scott. Gets the good touch. Not a super dangerous kind of shot on goal if you're dealing with a good team, and that's Teamus Weamus. They are a good team.
Yeah, but it was very, very intense at that moment, especially when you're up by one and you know any mistake right here will cost you. That pressure makes that easy goal seem way much harder.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You don't want to get your timing just off because the pressure's on. You got to stop that to keep yourself alive in the tournament. There's a good long-distance shot by GBM. Ooh, he was a little too far ahead. I think he could have picked up on that rebound, which wasn't a good clear. But the ball's just kind of flying around the arena right now, down to the final 30 seconds or so. And Team Rocket has to turn the heat up, but they can't leave their gate open. Oh, dangerous stuff here. They've got to move in on it. Oh, Cole and Doomsy pinch it out. 20 seconds to go. Team Rocket needs a goal here. They're up 2 games. I think they want to tie it.
10 seconds here.
10 seconds is enough time, but they can't. They've got to turn it around. They've got to get it on the orange side of the pitch. If they can't do that, then there's nothing doing.
Oh, where's that Cole long shot when you need it?
Doomsy tries to keep it in the air. That's still something. Oh, and it hits the ground. So Teamus Weamus gets their first win of this series. They're going to go up 1 win, but they're still way behind Team Rocket. We're going to Game 4 of this series.
2-1. It's definitely going to be an uphill battle for them.
Yeah, that was a much tighter game, of course. The scores certainly were a little more blown out for Team Rocket in the first 2 games. But, as I said, you know that they're really coming together a little bit more here. They're finding that chemistry that you need as a top-tier Rocket League team to really move forward.
Yeah.
And it's something Team Rocket has in spades. So hopefully Teamus Weamus can bring it together, maybe force a Game 5, maybe even complete the reverse sweep, but that is a large task.
Yeah, and Team Rocket, I think right now are having a long discussion of what they need to do better because they got sloppy in that one, and it definitely showed at the in the score.
Yeah, it did. They came off just you know, not quite looking like the Team Rocket that we had seen all tournaments so far.
But if nothing else, I expect a blowout in this one.
Well, we'll have to see. I think a lot of it comes down to how does Teamus Weamus keep the momentum going? How do they play off of what was a very hard-fought win? And how does Team Rocket respond? And I think Team Rocket just wants to come out swinging really early, get a nice early goal to establish their position, and hopefully carry that all the way into the semifinals. There's a good pinch. Good setup for Team Rocket. Oh, but Kooks here. That is something he is very good at, and I think that's why they have him back on defense. He can make those kinds of clears.
Yeah, he can, but it's just like I've been talking about, though. You lose one of, I think, his biggest aspects is his offense. Is that he's a great goalie and a great defender, but man, if you let him loose on a shot, he's almost as deadly as Cole with his hits.
Speaking of which, oh, a nice little touch, but Cole turns it aside. Yeah, I mean, a lot of it comes down to what they need best out of having Cooksier on Teamus Weamus. You know, where is his best role going to be on this team? You know, he can fit in anywhere. On flip side, that's a good little touch, but nobody there to follow up on it, unfortunately. Yeah, so maybe just in this particular team dynamic, they felt that when you're dealing with Team Rocket, a big long-distance shot, actually.
Here's a big error that happened. You'll see it right here. As Doomsy gets that hit, he comes through, and he hits Cole. So the rotation never happened.
All got disrupted. Big long distance, and that puts Teamus Weamus up 1-0. A lot of time already off the clock in this game so far.
Yeah, and that mistake, with how these games have been low scoring right here, I know I said I thought it'd be a blowout, but it looks like Team Rocket's kind of on the fence.
Yeah, we're not seeing the performance that says blowout right now, but there's still a lot of game left, you know. Anything's possible. Nice touch off the wall, trying to set himself up. Keeps it in the orange zone, though. There's a good floater. Oh, everybody is coming in to get that clear. Cooksier and UK Scott both threw their cars at that ball. Wise move, though. Put it in the corner, disrupted the play.
Yeah, now Doomsy puts it up on the side, and everyone's having to rush back to get to it. Scott is there, though.
Yep, so far, I mean, we're getting some decent chances here. Just nothing that can really be capitalized on.
Yeah, there's no power in any of these passes or shots right now, and so it's been an easy clear from both sides.
Oh, here we go. Here's a nice chance. Tree! Oh, and it just goes a little short. There's Doomsy to follow up, and it still goes short. Here's Cole. Cooksier turns him away. What a huge series of chances. Those were all so damn close.
I think we just saw the conga line of doom right there with three of them just rotating to each take a shot.
And they all got such good shots, but they were all just off point. And now Teamus Weamus trying to turn that pressure around. And trying to get the win to force a Game 5. They're in a good spot now. There's Tree. Great clear. That's a hell of an angle from that. The angle he was coming in on to clear it where he did from the angle he was at. That's impressive, to say the least. Oh, there's a nice touch by Doomsy. Oh, and it gets turned aside by Cooksier.
Oh, no, but it's centered.
But Cole, oh, God. There's so many chances that they're just not getting.
They just can't capitalize.
I mean, they're getting them, but, God, just trying to get it past these guys.
Yeah, but there's just too many straightforward shots. They're all low, and they need one of those top shelf hits right now.
Oh, here's a good setup for Teamus Weamus, but a little bit of a collision there. Cooksier can't put the pressure he needs on it. Tree's going to send it to the corner, and it's still going, though, for Weamus. There's Cole. Floats it out. Tree, nice touch to keep it going. Smart play there. He knew the angle was a little low, and it could have been capitalized on by Teamus Weamus, but Tree comes in to keep it going.
That's a good center.
This is a long minute. Oh, there we go! Big shot, but it goes too high. UK Scott wasn't in a position to make a stop on it either. He didn't move, but unfortunately the ball just went too high.
I think gets another miss right there.
It looked like Doomsy was trying to do like a bit of a cross check and get UK Scott out of the way.
I don't think it was a cross check. I think he was trying to do that little tap that they've been doing, where they tap it and let their teammate take it.
Oh, here we go. Cole sets it up deep. He's going to try to make his own play on it. He goes in too far. There's nobody there to stop it. GBM gets the touch. Oh, they are playing very aggressively. Final 10 seconds. We're going to be going to a Game 5 if they can't get a goal here in these final few seconds. Ball's still up. That's going to hit the ground, and there we go. Game 4 goes to Teamus Weamus. The series tied up at 2 games apiece.
So much for my blowout call. But I did notice one big thing. The aggression has subsided.
Yeah, it's starting to come on for Teamus Weamus a little bit. It's a little harder for them, I think, to go as aggressive as Cooksier's probably used to. But we're starting to see it shine through a little bit. But there were so many good opportunities for Team Rocket.
There were.
And it was just a matter of the finish wasn't quite what it needed to be. Either the angle was too easy to stop, or it was just right off point or something.
Right, and another point with those finishes is that even with that, we look at their aggression. They have 9 shots on goal. In the other 3 games, they had double-digit shots.
Yeah.
And so it's just whether or not they're going to keep subsiding from the tsunami that was Team Rocket's force and attack, or they're going to become that little splash that, dies down.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this game goes, but now it's must-win for both teams. Game 5 in this best-of-5 series. Team Rocket in blue, Teamus Weamus in orange.
Oh, that's a bad clear.
Oh, they didn't quite have the position to really finish that. They could have done something with it, though.
As a caster, I have to admit, that was a pretty good performance by you, not letting the choke stop you. You okay over there, buddy?
I'm good.
No, it's 2-2 here, so every little thing they do is going to matter.
Doomsy flying through the air with a lot of grace, but not so much contact on the ball. Up there's Cole. Keeps it in the orange zone. Team Rocket, I think, is going to try to turn the heat back up, get better shots on goal. That's what they need to do here.
Yeah, they need much more solid play here. They cannot let these little mistakes that they've let get through the last few times take control of what they're doing.
Yeah, right now there's a lot of confidence in play for Teamus Weamus right now. They're coming off of 2 big wins in a row to tie this series up. Oh, man.
Cooks here flies out of nowhere. Just watch this. Comes off the wall, hits a nice aerial, and it's just wide. And he still is like, nope, I got it.
Yeah, that was a hard shot to try to get behind, and Team Rocket just got overwhelmed pretty swiftly. And first goal goes up at around the same point the first goal went up in the last game for Teamus Weamus. Now Team Rocket needs something. Good clear out by Cooksier. Nice setup play by GBM, but they can't put it on the net. Well, they almost put it on the net, but Cole was there. Here comes Doomsy. Tries to put a big heat shot on that. Cole follows up.
He's keeping it low.
Yeah, they got to get some air on these shots. Clearly, that's what is really necessary here. Not a lot of energy on those attempts. I think just trying to quiet it down, keep it in the orange side.
Yeah, in the 2 games
There's a nice shot.
won, they either got dunks or those long hits by Cole that scored for them. So they need something here, and here goes Scott pushing it forward. Tree gets a good clear.
Cooksier takes to the sky. Doomsy gets a nice touch on it to get it out of harm's way. Playing the wall. Cooksier. Doomsy again turns it aside. Looking good. Here's a nice setup for Team Rocket if they can get on it. Oh, and Cooksier left in the dust by Doomsy to try and make something happen here. Still nothing. Half the game down.
Yeah, that play just broke down for them. I don't know exactly what they were looking for there.
Yeah, they've got to get something done, though. They cannot drop another game here without putting points on the board. Little floating shot. Doomsy tries to come in and make some kind of contact, but can't, so here comes Cole to drive it aside.
Revolution got a nice contest there and stole it. Oh,
He
that's
did.
a fantastic hit.
That's a good setup. Oh, Tree tries to make touch, but Cooksier gets right in front of it and directs it out of harm's way for now.
Ooh, good
There's
save,
Cole.
but it's centered.
Yeah, it was a good stop, but not quite a good position for the ball to wind up in. Oh, there's Doomsy with a nice touch off the wall. Oh, and Cooksier gets there first again. He is just unrelenting with how quickly he gets to that ball.
After this, we might have to call Cooksier Superman as he saves the day every time trouble or
Oh,
peril comes
speaking
his
of
way.
which, There's Kuksir to put up a second goal. That might be it. That really might be all it needs for Teamus Weamus to win.
Left.
It is, but I mean, unless Team Rocket is really going to pull a rabbit out of their hat right now, they are in a dangerous position. They have not shown the sort of play that tells me they're going to score 2 goals in a minute and a half right now.
Not since game 2, but anything's possible. Momentum swings so easily.
It is, but look at Kooks here with a great setup. Oh, but UK Scott couldn't make contact on it. So now here comes Team Rocket again. They're going to try to put that ball forward. They got to get something out of this final minute of play. There's a nice setup. But Kuksir again. It's been the one-man show by Kuksir today. Just making some huge key plays. Even if he hasn't put every point up on the board, he's just been making huge stops and huge setups and everything you need to do. That was a nice little curved shot. It looked like it was going to be on point.
Yeah, we wondered when the Kuksir show was going to start, when they were going to unleash the beast, and it looks like Game 4 and 5 have been it.
Yeah, right now. There's Kuksir, nice shot. That's pretty much it. There's no way. There's no coming back from this. You know,
what a beautiful aerial by Kuksir there too.
He's an amazing player, and I think a lot of that is coming in here. Now that they're getting a bit more of that team dynamic, and Kuksir kind of knows, okay, I know what I got to do here. I've got to bring what I always bring.
Yeah, it took him game 1 and 2 to figure out, hey, the defensive style isn't working. Let me step it up.
Yeah, and again there. I think they realized that Kuksir's much more valuable on offense than he was on defense. He was still good on defense, but you put him on the other side of the ball, and he is going to just dominate. But this is pretty much it. Team Rocket looking for 1 goal, and they can't get it.
Oh, maybe they can.
Maybe they can. There we go. Cole gets the 0-second goal.
So it's not a straight-up sweep, but my call for Team Rocket to take this all the way to the finals has been shattered.
Very surprising. I wasn't sure what to expect out of Teamus Weamus. I'm going to be honest with you. I really wasn't sure what sort of game they were going to bring with Kuksir in there. You know, we know a lot about the talent that Kuksir has, but it's hard to place that when you're, you know, dealing with such a vastly different team and environment.
Yeah, and it took them 2 games to do it, but they finally got it figured out, and man, did they just run with it.